All right, this is episode 66, and I believe today is June 28th, I think. Anyway, it's Tuesday, I know that. So what I'm doing here, I washed the exterior of this top, this hardtop, and I've got a couple of areas I've got to fix. Fortunately, there's not a lot of it gone, but this fiberglass right here is just kind of rough, and I know if I just paint it, it's going to show. So I'm going to address those 2 points there. Everything else looks okay, except this down here. Looks like this might have been repaired at one time, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that with some filler as well, and then sand it. And then once it's dry, flip it over and clean the interior so I can paint it. I'm going to paint it what's called a river rock color instead of this white that's in there. It's just a little more muted than the white is. The white is just kind of, white. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing here, and catch you guys in a bit. Okay, also I had to do a little bit of rust conversion here on these hinges and around them, around the window, the rear window here, and so forth, as you can see. So I actually sprayed that on a little bit ago, but I did want to mention that. So yeah, I'm going to fix these areas and be back with you guys. All right, I mixed up more than what I needed, so what I ended up doing is just carrying it out a little bit further just to kind of blend it in. Of course, that's going to get sanded, so it's going to blend in anyway, but there was a little bit of something right here, so I just put some on there as well. Down there, again, I think that was repaired before, but went ahead and threw some on for good measure, and then just a little bit of a chip that was right there. So I'll let that dry, and I probably won't do anything with it until I get it into the garage after the Jeep is painted, so I'll sand it then. It'll probably be a little bit harder to sand at that point because it's been dried for so long, but because there's like this magic window of like maybe 30 minutes or an hour after you've put this stuff on, including the short strand fiberglass and the glaze. It's like it's best to sand them sooner rather than later. It is what it is, but anyway, I probably won't sand it just because I'm out here and I'd have to get my hose out here and all that kind of crazy stuff. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll have the boys turn this thing over for me so they can wash the inside of it for me and get it ready to paint. All right, here we go. All right, I cleaned the interior of this top now thoroughly. Used some simple green soap and water, so it's pretty much ready to go. I've got some cut wire right here, which I'm glad it's still accessible. Right here, it just kind of hangs out right there. It doesn't really fall down in, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But anyway, that is for the dome light right there. So what I'll do once I get this thing painted and install it, I'll put a connection right there so that I can unplug it when I take the top off and plug it back in when I, of course, run from the main fuse box so I can operate that dome light. Yeah, so anyway, it's ready to paint the interior of it. These rust areas here on the hatch door, I hit with some one-step rust reformer, and that'll dry overnight. I'm not going to paint it today. I'm going to let it, it's pretty much dry, but I'm going to let it dry overnight because I don't want any water creeping in. This is a real shame right here. My puppies would get up underneath it because it stayed there. It's been there for 3 months, and they scratched at that window and destroyed my tinting. So I'll have to redo that at some point. Looks like it was probably on the way out anyway. It's kind of wrinkled there and over there, but that's a low priority. That's something I can do well after the fact, after this thing is painted, so, and put together and driving. So anyway, that's gonna do it for today, and I'll catch you guys on episode 67. See ya.